Hello everyone, this is My Favorite Things Pure Innocent Sailor Girl image, and it's part of the new February release, so it's not quite available yet, but there will be details in my blog post that's linked below the video. Forgive my scratchy voice, I have been super sick with a cold this past week. I made and filmed this card before getting sick, and then I've been waiting, hoping that my voice would get better, and it hasn't. So since this post is going up tonight, I didn't want to just scrap the video, so I'm trying to make it as quick and short as possible so that I have enough voice left to do this voiceover. So I stamped this little image onto some heavyweight Copic Quality White cardstock and coloring her in with my Copics and just using my go-to skin color of E50, E21, E13, and then R20. I do plan on doing separate videos on like starting to step out of the box and do different skin colors and that kind of stuff, but again, it's on my to-do list. Hopefully I'll get to it. Getting sick totally messed up everything. So did her skin and her hair, and then for her little sailor suit I decided to use some blues, which I don't use that often. I don't know why, I just don't. But I decided to do her little dress as a navy color. So, oh, here's my little sticky note with all the colors. I used B95, 97, and 99 and worked my way lightest to darkest, and then decided to add some stripes to her little suit. So I did that with the 97, then added the 99, and then blended it out a little bit. And then added yellow with Y08 and Y15. Just really simple, didn't blend them because they kind of blend themselves. And then a bit of BG quadruple 0 just added to the white of her hat and her socks. And then I turned the image sideways so it's more facing me a little bit better so that I can draw the ground and get things a little straighter there, because otherwise I do it on a complete angle because I'm filming off to my side. So I use my warm grays to do the shading. And then the reason I made her little suit striped was I was inspired by this other new stamp. This is the new striped background stamp from My Favorite Things. And yeah, like I said, there'll be a link to my blog post and there'll be more info on this because these aren't going to be available for another almost a week, where you've got 6 days left until the release. So I inked it up with the Night Shift blue ink and stamped it onto the same cardstock. So I've got these great dark blue navy stripes on my card base. And for my layout, this card went really fast and simple because I'm using the My Favorite Things Wednesday Sketch Challenge 162 layout. Again, that'll be in my blog. But yeah, I thought the layout was perfect for this image. So I die cut a square of grout gray cardstock with my pierced square stacks dies and got that adhered into place, and then I die cut some little flags from lemon drop cardstock, some heavyweight vellum, and another piece of the Night Shift blue, and layered those onto my card, with the vellum always making sure to put the adhesive where it's going to be covered up by another layer. Because yeah, that's the one thing with vellum, is the adhesive can show through really easily and totally ruins the look. So added the last little navy flag over that too, so that kind of adhered down that little vellum piece a little bit more without showing any adhesive. And then I'm going to adhere the main image over that. And I decided not to use any sentiments on this card. It can be just a just because or happy birthday. It can be anything you want it to be. So I don't do that too often because I like having sentiments, but sometimes it's nice to kind of not include any, so that if I need a card for any occasion, I can usually use it. And this is just, yeah, kind of a neutral color combo and image that you can kind of use for almost anything. So I thought it was really cute. So I adhered that to my white card base, and then on the inside of the card, I inked up the little sailor girl again with lemon drop ink, just to tie in that little pop of lemon in my color combo. So inked her up and stamped her onto just the bottom corner of the inside of the card. And yeah, really like how that turned out. And then for half a second I did think about adding one of the sentiments, because there's several that come with this little set that are really cute. But I went with my little mantra of not including a sentiment with this card, just to keep it completely open-ended. And then I die cut 2 more little flags and just trimmed those down and adhered them to the inside of the card, and that's all there was to it. So really super simple and fun. And like I said, there'll be a link below the video to my blog post with links to all the supplies used and more info about the release, and I will see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!